You're the first person in here. Hopefully we get a few more people. Can you hear me good? Is the mic okay? And as well, I'm trying something slightly different with the angle because I have the GoPro recording as well. So it's a little bit off to the side. Hopefully that's okay. A bit low. Perhaps try turning it up because I think it's just the same. I can test. Does it seem like it's coming from AirPods or from the phone? Okay, let me look. One second. Okay, I just checked. It says that it's coming from my AirPods. But you're saying it's quiet? Much better now. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, we are downtown Vancouver. Let's go to, gosh, I don't know. I have a 2024 Model 3 rear wheel drive. Okay, I don't know what this place is. No, we'll go to this apartment building and see if we can park in front of it. Find those potholes. Yeah, I know, right? I know actually there is potholes. There was one over here near like Gastown. Okay, let's go to this restaurant. Start self-driving, and we're gonna tell it to park curbside at that restaurant. So on my way down here, I was recording with the GoPro to make like another video for YouTube. And I will say today I've had quite a few real like harsh braking issues, especially like in the city with people and pedestrians around. So curious to see if we'll see more of that today. I haven't seen any potholes. Apparently there's just zero in the city now. I think technically legally we could go left here, although it's a red, it's a one way. But I'm not even certain about those. So I'll just wait till it turns green. And if there's anything anybody wants to see specifically, let me know. Like I said, I'm in downtown Vancouver. I have about like half an hour to test stuff, and then I have like a 40-minute drive to meet up with a client. So for like 30 minutes, I can do whatever you guys want here. But then after that, I have to head away. If you're on a one way, then turning onto another one way, you can turn left after the stop. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I would have been fine to turn left there. Okay, taking this exit. Toot the horn? I don't really want to because there's just people around. Okay, nice job here. If we get in the far right lane, that's good. So why do they have the light if you can go? That's a good question, AJ. I'm not entirely certain exactly how it works, but I do know if you're like on a one way turning onto one way, that'd be. Oh, but I wasn't on a one way, so maybe that's why. I guess yeah, that was a 2 lane road. So then no, it was I couldn't have turned left there. Camera seems to be shaking quite a bit more. Huh. Everything's kind of the same as it was. I could maybe move the seat forward. Oh, that's all. I was going to try and rest the camera against the seat. Are you in a 3 or 4? I'm in a Model 3. If this is really Vancouver, why is it not raining? It was raining this morning, which is funny enough. For the shake, I don't know. I mean, there's quite a bit more potholes, not potholes, like uneven road here, but I can't really fix that right now. When we're pulled over, I'll try and do something to see if I can like mount the phone differently. Hey, Jesper, how's it going? We're on Hastings Street, which is a very unique part of the city. There's a lot of eclectic people. We could go, by the way, because it's a right on red, but I guess we'll wait for these people. This is where our like homeless population lives and stays. So if you're at all familiar with like, is it, what is it in California, like downtown East Side, I think? Crocodile Gardens. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Tommy. Okay, so we should kind of move forward, but then like I understand why the car's braking, but then it's hard because the car's being overly cautious of pedestrians. But this person's like half on the road with their thing. But we're doing good. We're moving forward. I would go right now. Oh, after this guy runs, and then I would go. Okay. Yeah, I think the camera's facing the wrong way. There's so many people on the road right there. It's crazy. And yeah, they'll just wander everywhere. Something I've noticed version 14 does a lot better with is it pulls like fully into the intersection when it stages to turn left. Sometimes in version 13, we would like sit back there and it caused issues because you'd end up waiting for, okay, see, this is the harsh. We stopped for this lady. I didn't touch the accelerator. That's something that version 14 is doing more that I don't really like. I understand why, because she was kind of walking towards the road, but then we ended up like slamming on the brakes in the middle of the intersection, which I don't think is right. The minifigure is cool. Yeah, that's the Tesla Optimus robot. Okay, no like clear potholes that I would say here. We're slamming on. Yes, so we're like coming to a full stop because of this girl, and like really, really like jerky movement. That's the like version 14 has so much capability and impressive. Like it can do so much, and it's been given so much more like wherewithal and confidence, but with that it also has way more confidence to like stop on a dime if it thinks that there's an issue. So that's really good if there is an issue, but then that becomes a problem when there's not an issue and the car is just like randomly slamming on the brakes. So okay, we did curbside. This is the restaurant right here. Because this is just curbside parking and not looking for a parking spot, this works. This is a robotaxi is dropping you off and you're jumping out, and then it would drive away. So this is great. This did work. Let's just go down Hastings more because I feel like there's a lot of like good interactions. So we'll go to this coffee shop. We'll say start self-driving. Reverse straight away. It's very fast now. Like as soon as you hit that button, the car is going, which is really nice. How is the nag paying attention to the road any better? No, the nag's the exact same. If anything, worse. Probably not worse, probably just unchanged. It'll still bother you and alert you. Jesper, this reminds me of an issue back in pre-version 12 days when they would slam on the brakes every time it saw a person on the side of the road. Yeah, that definitely feels what they've done now. They've overtrained on humans, and also like they talk about in their release notes, they've added like it deals with like buses and things like merging in traffic, which is good because you want to like stop for a bus. The issue with that is there's times where the bus is like sitting on the side of the road, not wanting to come out, and we've like slammed on the brakes for them very unnaturally. So yeah, it does feel like a lot of overtraining is causing issues. Okay, we should go. Yeah. Could it be that you have those random brakes because you don't have a front bumper camera? I mean, there. This is, by the way, is really good. This garbage truck has stopped. We're gonna go around. I assume we're waiting for this car. Okay, we should just commit if we're gonna do it. Should just go. Super indecisive about it. I don't know why we're doing what we're doing now. Oh, we're so close to this garbage truck. Okay, we're reversing. Okay, we're gonna try that again, but this guy is coming now. There's no way the car's gonna go. I feel like version 13 would have just gone around without any issue. Version 14 is definitely being more like timid in this scenario. So we're stuck now, waiting for the garbage truck. Just hanging out. Yeah, sorry. So the front bumper camera, I think there's no way more vision wouldn't help the car. By the way, we're like, I'm not doing anything, but the car is still in full self-driving. More vision would help, especially in tight maneuvering scenarios. Right now, I don't know why the car's not moving. Report this. Yeah, the issue with reporting this is driving here. I didn't realize this, so I have this snapshot icon for those of you that don't know. This button captures a bunch of data, holds up like all my cameras get like recorded. It goes onto the computer in my car locally, and then when I go home and plug into Wi-Fi, it gets uploaded to Tesla, and they can look at it. Way different than the snapshot icon when you guys press this button. What I didn't know is you only get 10 of those. And if you do more than 10 reports before going home and connecting to Wi-Fi, it starts overwriting itself. I've definitely done more than 10 on the whole drive here. And so I don't want to report because it's going to start to overwrite what I think were pretty like significant events on the way here. So yeah. It's interesting. I didn't know that. Chuck literally just told me that a few minutes ago. So it's news to me. We just pumped on the brake. It's news to me that that's the case. But I do know that yesterday Tesla AI reached out to me directly on X, like a couple of them actually, because they saw my video of the car like doing really harsh braking. And so they reached out to me and they were like, can you make sure your car's connected to Wi-Fi? We want to get all that data from you. And so it's cool. They actually also like sent me a DM. It's weird because I know that they have this information, but they sent me a direct message and it was it was like a screenshot from my camera up here earlier in the day before I got it cleaned at Tesla, and it was dirty. And they're like, yeah, your camera was a bit dirty. Did you get it cleaned after this? And I was like, yeah, I did. And they're like, okay. But it was fully a screenshot from this camera feed of me driving. Sounds like even 1 second, sorry. There's a big pothole. Oh, perfect. If this pothole is still here, I had to intervene last time. Yeah, I think it got filled in. No, that's a big pothole. Oh, it got filled in. There was a pothole there. They filled it in. I've had to intervene exactly right there before. Okay, we slammed on the brakes. Okay, we could fit. It's tight, but the car could definitely fit. So nice job here. super tight. I'm gonna put up this side cameras for you guys to hopefully see. Like, we're so close to that car. Wow, really good. Sounds like even if we get 14.1 offer, we should wait to 14.2. I don't think they'll offer 14.1 to anybody besides who they've already given it to. I would be very, very. There's a car coming. There's a car coming. I think in this scenario, we're going to back up, would be my guess. Huh, I'm surprised not. Yeah, 14.1 should not go wider than it already has. Jesper, you remember this alley? Yeah, this was. People called me out for intervening. That pothole, which has been filled in, was like a crater. Like it would have swallowed up the car before. So, really good testing route you're doing. Fun to see. Yeah, I mean, Vancouver has so much more dynamic routing and interactions than like where I live. So, I had no reason to be here other than to test FSD. I drove like an hour out of my way to be here. How did he become a beta tester? I can't really speak to that. I am just got very fortunate. Oh, that was a weird corner. When will this go to the public or it won't? I don't think 14.1 will go live to the public ever. I would imagine that 14.2 will roll out in a couple weeks. And if that's perfect, then that might begin rolling out. Or it'll maybe be like really good and then they'll refine it in 14.3 what will be going live. But I don't work for Tesla. I have no idea. 14.1 could go live tomorrow to everybody. Like I could be completely wrong. It just in my like non-professional opinion, I don't think it should. Hey Jeffrey, how's it going? In Victoria. Sorry, it's very bumpy. So yeah, the camera's probably bumpy, but it just genuinely is very bumpy. People call you out for intervening no matter what. You could be driving straight into a wall and people will call you out. Yeah, it's true. Like people will defend FSD to the point of failure. Like I could literally get in an accident and they could say it was my fault for like I don't know, whatever, it's fine. Okay, we're turning right here. Obviously, there's a lot of people around. We could start moving forward, but we're waiting. I feel like this is where version 13 would have gone. Just there, would have taken that like break in pedestrian traffic to go. I haven't watched many streams. Out of curiosity, why? Sorry, Anthony, are you asking why I don't think 14.1 should go live? I think that 14.1 is incredibly good. The parking lot stuff is amazing. Destination parking, destination options is all really, 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 really impressive. It's a very clear sight into where like a robotaxi world could exist. They've given the car so much more. This person's crossing when they shouldn't. I guess this was good. We stopped for a person that was jaywalking. Tesla has just given the car so much more capabilities. Like even on the highway, I noticed it. You'll see in a video that I post later today. But previously, if you were driving and a car in front of you started slowing down, there was what felt like a 1 to 2 second like pause for a reaction, and then the car would basically like confirm. It's like, hey, that car's slowing down. Now I'm going to start slowing down. And it felt really like delayed. Like I always felt like I was making decisions faster than the car. Now they've like turned that way up, which is amazing because the car is making like instant decisions as fast as I can think about doing something. The car is making that same decision, which is a huge difference in version 14. So it's very, 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 very impressive. The problem with that is I think it's a little bit too spooked at times. And so the car is making these like snap decisions to like slam on the brakes because it sees a person or sees a bus merging. And it's very unhuman like because we'll be driving at like 50 kilometers an hour and it's like, oh, human being. And it just slams on the brakes. And then if you have somebody following behind you, you're going to get rear-ended is the reality of it. Okay, so we're trying to park here on this street. I hope it doesn't actually just stop right here. Oh, okay. This is wrong because there's a fire hydrant, but I don't think that's baked into the coding at all right now. So we're taking a spot, which is really, really good. it's illegal because of the fire hydrant, but I'm sure that will be fine tuned in the future. So this, had there not been a fire hydrant there, this is a very good park job. We're a little far from the curb, but all in all, pretty good. Sorry, let me quickly read the things. What happens if you press the accelerator? Does it disengage? If I press the accelerator, the car will just go faster. When is the next vid with your wife? Probably we'll drive a bunch tomorrow. So I'll try and have a video out this week with her. Hi from North Bay, Ontario. How does automatic hood first parking work? Pull-in parking is just completely random. Like sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. I can't really if it's going to a charger, it will always back in. Which phone accessory is that on the screen? This is a Jawa charger. Highly recommend it. Very good. They're also a very cool company. Oh, emergency vehicle. Hold on. I'm going to try and just drive. Ah, shit. I went the other way. So let's go like here to the pub. So we're obviously going to have to reverse. There's a human there. Okay. Thanks for streaming. I'm in San Francisco where parking is difficult. You often have to circle the block several times. Whoa, I wouldn't go, but okay. Curious how patient 14.1 will be there. This is going to be very shaky. I'm going to try and hold the thing still. This road is like cobblestone, so the stream is probably very bad right now. I apologize. FSD's patience to find parkings seems to vary. Sometimes it does really good at Costco. I posted a video on X and we snaked through the whole parking lot and we went through 4 different rows and it waited to find a parking spot. It was very cool. We probably spent 5 minutes of the car driving very lifelike and it found a spot. There's other times where the car's tried for a minute and just fully given up. So it's both. Do you plan to do any driving on the highway during the stream? Yep. Right after this, probably even after I park right here, I'm going to leave to go to a job in Surrey, and that will be Highway 1 driving. So if you want to see highway driving, just stick in for a few more minutes. For the standard profile in version 13, doesn't seem to maintain set speed. Sorry, I'm trying to read this, but also we're downtown traffic. So curious how version 14 handles highway speeds. I drove here on the highway and we slammed on the brakes. We're letting this person in, which we shouldn't. I don't know why we did what we just did. The car's highway behavior seems really good. I was in standard and we went about 10 to 15 kilometers over the speed limit. So it wasn't terrible at all. How does it handle the horse and carriages in Stanley Park? I've gone through Stanley Park with version 13 and it does fine. It just treats it like a vehicle, like a slow moving one, and will go around if it can. The emergency vehicle detection works really well. Yeah, I've seen a few videos of the car nailing emergency vehicle on version 14. It just pulls over and does the exact right thing. I have yet to be in that scenario, but I have full faith that the car would pull over. Will it turn red on red when allowed? It usually does. It's way more timid. It's in where I live, it will do it all the time. Here it won't, I think, because of all the pedestrians. It's too timid. But it does turn red on red. I'm sad I can't adjust the speed. Yeah, it is unfortunate that they got rid of that. I think it's a little bit weird that all you have are the speed profiles to choose with regard to speed. Okay, so we're turning left into this parking garage, or parking lot, sorry. And actually, I'm very curious to see this parking lot. I posted a video a while back, but it failed exiting this parking lot. We were parked, and then I put in a destination, and it tried to go in the out. So Let's see if that's at all improved. There's so many people coming. We're going to end up stopping in the middle of the lane. What driving mode are you on? Are you on? I'm on standard at the moment. I could put it on hurry, but standard feels like a good mix. This guy is waiting for us. Yeah, he waved us. Okay, nice job. Where can I buy that Optimus robot on the dashboard? I got it from Tesla on their website. So I don't think the car can read anything. Like I wouldn't park here because I don't have to charge, but I would park there. I'd probably park in 14 because the truck is like halfway in 15. So let's see what it does. It's turned on its right turn signal, so I think it's like trying to signify that it wants that spot. Let's see if the... No. Okay, so it's going to take one of these two spots right here and it's going to back in. It's way quicker at auto parking while using FSD than auto park is on its own when you press the button. Like we almost just did that in one move, but that was pretty good. Do you like the Jawa phone mount? Been thinking of getting one myself. I really do. The reality is I keep my phone down there like 99% of the time. I use the phone mount mostly just to hold the robot. Okay, so I have to go, and so we're going to be on the highway in a second. I hope that the car goes that way. Because I was parked over there before where that like white Honda is, and then it backed out and tried to go in the out. Because we're here, I'm worried. I think it's just going to try and turn right. If it does, I'm going to disengage, go there and try it. Yeah, okay. So FSD is doing the right thing here. And I'm currently driving the wrong way in this parking lot to try and like see if I can replicate the mistake that it made before. So I'm going to pull into here to let this guy by. Okay, 1 second, sorry. So yeah, last time I was here, it tried to... This is also a super tight parking spot. I wonder how FSD is going to like manage. It's very mad. Okay. So everyone here is kind of parked shitty, me included. I'll readily admit that, but this guy's on the line, so like that's why I'm sort of over more. Sorry. My parking inability is coming out, but okay. We're in the spot. Let's try that one more time. Do you think Canadian drivers will get version 14 soon? I don't think anybody's going to get version 14 for a little bit here. Okay. So really good job. That was a very tight parking spot, and FSD just like instantly backed out of that. And we're going the correct way. So that's really nice to see. Good job. Your car parks itself. FSD needs a fourth profile, same lane, so I can choose with blinkers when to change lane. Yeah, I mean, FSD used to have an option called minimal lane change, which I think that button just did nothing because the idea was you could tell the car you don't really want to change lanes much. That's gone now. Chill and standard do seem pretty good about just staying in the right lane. Though I agree with you, it would be nice just to have a profile that like stayed in the lane and didn't try and move. Do you wear a hat or sunglasses? I know version 13 gets neggy with any of those. I wear both. It's not sunny and I don't need to wear a hat right now, but version 14 and even version 13 don't really care about me when I wear either. other than like if I look down and my brim covers the camera, it will immediately be like, you can't. Like vision monitoring disabled, touch the wheel. Interesting that it didn't back up far enough the first time. Yeah, I still think that like backup logic needs a lot of work in the car. Okay. Oh, Foundation Series Cybertruck. That's cool. Okay, so we should just go if we're gonna go. Nice. Have you tried auto park in a driveway? I still have yet to do that. Maybe where we're going, because I think it's a house. Here, I'll set it to driveway. We can pull into this person's driveway. So in 39 minutes, we'll see if it auto parks in the driveway well. I was waiting for a Model Y standard. What do you think? In my opinion, should be cheaper. I think if you can only afford a Tesla if you buy a standard, then get a standard. I think if you have the money, going to the premium, I think like the premium long range or whatever the option is the best value. There's a lot of like things that you're losing out by going with the standard. But like I said, if your only option to own a Tesla is to buy a standard, get a standard. But if you have the ability, don't try and save the like $5,000 or $8,000. Does version 14 try to get into the middle lanes often? Yeah, I mean, version 14's, I don't know. I've only done a little bit of highway driving. I don't know. I can't tell you for sure my opinion on its like lane decision. We'll see. I'm about to be on the highway. Remember to hit the like button. Oh yeah, thank you. If there's anybody watching, if you don't mind hitting the like button, and if there's anybody that isn't and you want to subscribe to the channel, I do make these like full length videos where I talk about like my thoughts on FSD. Put a lot of work into them, and I try to make them as interesting and entertaining as possible. So if you want to subscribe, that helps me out a bunch. Or if not, just give a like. That's cool too. I'm so comfortable with 13. I'll happily wait for 14 to sort out the bugs. Yeah, I agree. I'm like kind of mixed emotions on having 14. I'm obviously incredibly happy that I have version 14, and I think it's like really cool. I love beta testing. I love like bleeding edge technology. I am worried that like the fun of testing version 14 will wear off, and I'm gonna miss version 13 because 13, although not perfect, is so good, and its little issues and quirks we've known because we've used it for the last 309 days. So I'm so comfortable using version 13. If it's going to make a mistake, I know that it's going to make a mistake because I've used it so much. Whereas version 14, it's so new to me that I'm not quite sure what it's going to do. The standard is meant to make the premium look like a good deal. Yeah, it kind of feels that way. Here, I'm going to try also. Okay, the phone's sort of rested against the seat now. I'm hoping it'll help with the wobble a little bit. When you think of full unsupervised, when do I think when full self-driving unsupervised will be ready in your area? Okay, specifically in my area, because I live in Canada, years. BC is afraid of autonomy and technology. We don't have even Waymo here. I don't think we'll have unsupervised full self-driving for, if we had it in 5 years, I'd be excited. Like using Smart Summon, the government has like explicitly come out and said like that's illegal. So if we can't even use Smart Summon, I am not holding my breath for unsupervised full self-driving. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the chat, but I'm also very much aware that I'm driving a car, so I'm like balancing the two. If I miss anything, I apologize, you guys. I need reduced regen braking. Sorry, one sec. What they did to the frunk in the standard Y, not so. Yeah, I watched Kyle's video of the Model Y standard, and the frunk is interesting. It's so like, it looks like an legacy auto company made a frunk. I get it. They're just like cutting costs because it's a standard vehicle. It's just weird to see a Tesla look cheap because a Tesla for my entire life has always been like this like very futuristic spacecraft. And you can argue you can argue the quality and stuff, but like ultimately the Teslas are just super clean and refined. The standard is definitely different. I don't know where we're slamming on the brakes here. There's a like if you can tell, we're doing this a lot right now. Can you not actually use Smart Summon at all in Canada? You can use it. It's fully available in the app. It's just ICBC. Oh no, we're parked in the. Oh wow, that was cool. Okay, we got into the. We should keep going if we're gonna do this. Car. So we stopped in the crosswalk. Like this man's probably very annoyed, rightfully so. So sorry. And the car threw it into reverse to like fix its problem. But then I think also other logic applied. It's like, oh, I can go right on red. I should go right. Video quality is excellent today, probably because I'm downtown Vancouver and there's like great cell service down here. So glad to hear that. Yes, you can use Smart Summon. I don't tell anyone. Yeah, so Smart Summon's very, very usable. I've used it. ICBC, who is like everybody here, every single car you see, we all have the same insurance with ICBC. You can do like some amount of third party coverage, but like every person has to have ICBC. And ICBC has come out and made a statement basically saying like, if something happens to your car using Smart Summon, you're not covered. So that along with I think like literally the BC government was like, it's technically illegal. There's just a whole bunch of liability that you shoulder by using Smart Summon. The fact you said you can't control the max speed makes me not want to update. Yeah, you can't control the max speed. Like all you can do is set the driving profile. That said, like hurry goes fast. So I wouldn't worry too much about that, but it is weird to not be able to set a top speed and set a minimum speed. Like you're completely beholden to whatever the driving profile wants to do. The only thing you can do that's like a hard line is the fourth driving profile. That's called sloth. That will only go the speed limit. So if you never want to speed, you've got a driving profile that's perfect for you. The other three profiles are kind of a mixed bag. We should go. We slammed on the brakes for no reason. We should go. We should go. Okay. You can't control the speed. So previously, if you scrolled this wheel, you could set a top speed and a minimum speed. They changed that. So now if you scroll this wheel, all you can do is change the driving profile. There is no more, if you go into autopilot, there is no more speed offset and there is no more ability to change the speed. So the only thing you can do is change your driving profile and your driving profile chooses the speed. I guess, sorry, that's a lie. I could press the accelerator and make FSD go faster. That would change the speed. I'm so used to 13. That left turn looked rough. Yeah, absolutely. Like 13 is smoother to drive than 14 would be my absolute honest, straight opinion. Is the jerky suddenly worse? Yeah, the jerky sudden braking. Oh, is the jerky sudden braking the worst thing right now? Uh, yes. The worst thing in version 14 is the sudden jerky braking. It just leads itself to potentially causing an accident with getting rear-ended, and it just feels uncomfortable. Like when you're in a car and the car is doing like this and like slamming on the brakes, it doesn't inspire a lot of confidence as the passenger. I'm the driver, but you know what I mean? Like if your Uber driver was driving to the airport and he was just like slamming the brakes as he went through a turn, you'd be like, what is this human doing? That's kind of how it feels when FSD is driving you and it's like lurching on and off the gas. Cause I'm like, why don't like make the decision and make it smoothly? FSD is covered because you're driving. Yeah, like I'm in control. The difference with Smart Summon is like technically I'm just pressing a button and the car is like autonomously driving. Is why ICBC has specifically said Smart Summon is illegal. And yeah. Have you had more infinite loop glitches since day one? I kind of had one yesterday in a hospital parking lot where the car was just like, it was a super small parking lot and it was looking for a parking spot and it did like 10 loops in the parking lot before giving up. The jerkiness is what turns me off the most and would make me want to wait before upgrading to version 14. Yeah, I agree. I think people that are excited about version 14, I get it, but version 13 is really good. Don't don't wish for wish for this version of 14. Like I'm certain that they will clean it up and smooth it. It's just this version has a few. It's a point one release that has a few kinks, right? Like it just needs to get ironed out. And I'm sure they will, but I love my city of Vancouver, but the street is maybe not your best online representation. Yeah, Hastings isn't a good representation of Vancouver. It's an interesting area, to say the least. Vancouver's beautiful. British Columbia is beautiful. The downtown core of Vancouver is like a little iffy. Has it parked at your house? Yeah, it pulled into my driveway and left my driveway. So it can handle driveways really well now. Will FSD 15 solve? Oh, I've noticed the car is a lot less likely to run stale yellows now, which is good or bad, depending on how you want to word it. Version 13 would have 100% gone through that. Version 14 won't go through those lights. Regulation aside, when do you think unsupervised will be ready in your area? I don't know. I'm really curious to see what version 14.2 and subsequently 14.3 look like. I mean, besides like the phantom braking or the harsh braking and the lane indecisiveness, this car is like incredibly capable and I think really close to being able to achieve unsupervised full self driving. Like I've driven a lot the last few days and there hasn't been what I would deem like a safety critical incident other than the very first night when we were in a construction area and the car, I was pressing the pedal to like get it to go and it didn't know where to go. So it was kind of a mix of like FSD's mistake and my mistake, but this car is like not really made like a massive mistake. It's just made dumb, simple mistakes. So yeah, maybe unsupervised will technically be ready sometime next year. Dry wipes are crazy this version. Yeah, lots more dry wipes. Have you had your wipers only clean the windshield camera? No, yeah. So good question, Jim. In the Robo Taxi, they have this like very specific pattern that the windshield wipers will do where they'll come up like this high and they'll just clean in front of the camera. So it's like you're not wiping that part of the windshield and you're not wiping that part because like all it cares about is vision. I was curious if this car was going to do that because I think that'd be really interesting. I haven't seen that happen yet. Strange non-FSD question. What's up with the blinking green lights? It just means, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, that it's a pedestrian controlled light. So that light will stay green forever unless a pedestrian hits the button to change it. Like I don't think cross traffic would even change it. I might be wrong about cross traffic, but like that's what I think the blinking green means is that somebody hitting one of those buttons would then change it. As far as I'm concerned, BC is not anti-autonomy. Well, they've banned level 3 ADAS before it even has come here. So it feels like BC is anti-autonomy. Do you think Tesla releases a bad version purposely? No, not at all. I think that version 0.1 of any major software change is going to have quirks and bugs like this. Can you test 14.2? No one has 14.2 yet. I'll get it when it comes out. Like I'll be part of the first group, but I don't have it. Yeah, I'll have 14.2 the day night that it comes out, and I'll do a live stream. Hi, Tesla. If anybody's watching, let's not drop it at 12:30 in the morning because that really hurt my sleep schedule. I was up until like 5 a.m. But whenever 14.2 drops, even if it is 12:30 in the morning, I'll go live. Another sleepless night. Yeah, I was very tired. Like getting a full night's sleep last night felt very good. But that said, I was streaming when version 14.1 dropped, and I think the stream got like over 30,000 views with like a concurrent 1,500 people at one point, like top people. I've never had anywhere close to that in a stream. So that was really fun. Like, although I was super tired, I'm glad that I did it. How did you get it so fast? I'm a part of the early access group. There's a handful of us. Omar posted that he heard from a Tesla employee that phantom braking is new with 14.1 and didn't exist in 14.0. That's really interesting. How long does an update take? An hour. The download is however long. Like the download was about 13 gigs, and then the install was probably 40 minutes. I'd say roughly an hour. How does one get invited to early access group? You have friends in the right places is kind of what I would say. So unfortunately, it's one of those things. Like I think you have to be an influential member of the community. With that said, it's not like they're just handpicking only people that will say positive things. Like I talk critically of FSD all the time. So although I'm extremely fortunate and I appreciate that Tesla AI has like given me early access, I'm still going to talk about the negatives. So yes, I'm a part of this early access group, but that doesn't mean I'm like in Tesla's back pocket to say only positive things. Got to talk to my Uncle Paul. Good to know. Yeah. Good luck, Michael. I don't mean that to be an unhelpful response. That's just the truth. Sorry. Did it help to have the camera cleaned by Tesla? I don't think so. I think my camera was dirty. Like Tesla AI sent me a DM on X with like a photo of my front camera and they said it was dirty. So I think that it can't help. Couldn't hurt to have it cleaned, but we're still having similar phantom braking issues. I heard hardware 4 is limiting itself to model size due to VRAM. Yeah, I mean, from what Elon has said, hardware 4 is almost at capacity right now, and hardware 5 will be like another monumental leap. That's, of course, going to be true. That's like, I mean, that's like saying the next iPhone is going to be better. They're going to put, I think they've seen where their bottlenecks are with hardware 4 and hardware 3, and it would be crazy to me for them to not future-proof AI 5. It seems like the car thinks this guy's pulling out because that his wheels are like gestured as though he is. That's for sure what's happening right now. Like we're hesitating because it thinks this car's trying to leave. There's nobody in the driver's seat though, which is really interesting. Like see how we're doing that and doing that. So that to me is overtraining on cars looking like they're leaving. Because for me, I can see there's nobody in the driver's seat, but the computer just sees a car that's sort of out of the lane with its wheels turned. And it's like, whoa, that person's leaving. Slow down. Oh, okay, we slammed on the brakes. I don't know why. See, this Range Rover behind me just had to slam on their brakes because we slammed on their brakes. They're going to be very mad at me. I have my foot near the... We keep like slamming on the brakes and there's this car that's tailgating me and I'm so certain that he's mad at me right now. I have my foot near the accelerator. I want this guy to go around. Yeah. That guy hates FSD. That man is not getting FSD. Report it. If you were here earlier, I've basically, like, I only get 10 reports before it starts to erase itself. Like, I have 10 mistakes that are saved to the computer. I've already reported 10 times on pretty major incidents. and before I go home and connect to Wi-Fi, they'll overwrite themselves, so I don't want to report. That brake slam shouldn't happen. I fully agree. Can you do more busy parking lot testing? Yeah, so I have a meeting with a client right now that I'm driving to, and then I have to end the live stream. But then after that, I can live stream and do a bunch more stuff. Good to have some brake burnishing. I hope before winter. Yeah. Does it seem to make better routing decisions? Um, yeah, there's definitely more like brains at play when the car is driving. Like the car is making intelligent decisions beyond what version 13 has done. Like I posted a video on X where we came up to a closed road and the car saw that and immediately turned around and got itself out of there. So I do think that it's like smarter and making better decisions. It's not overtrained in that it's undertrained. Yeah, maybe. Maybe my terminology is wrong. Tesla should add a counter to remember how many records are left. I honestly didn't know there was only 10 until Chuck told me today. So I think they just assume you're not going to have more than 10 like notable incidents before you're connected to Wi-Fi again. Any updates on the issue with preparing to stop flashing signs on the highway? I haven't had issues with that on version 13. Is that hardware 3 or hardware 4 you're having that problem? Mad that premium connectivity doesn't allow for reports to be uploaded. Yeah, I am surprised that because there's only a small group of us that have this early access that do these uploads. I am surprised that the premium connectivity, that Tesla wouldn't just make an exception and allow our data to get synced via LTE or 4G. You just drove past my condo. Hey, Abraham, wherever you are. Seems like 14.1 is breaking a lot. Yeah, a lot more breaking than version 13, 100%. How is the nag? The nag is the exact same. Like if I look down at like here, and especially like now, you'll never get nag even on version 13 when you're like parked. But now that we're driving, if I start to look here, if I go and try and change the song, change the podcast, pay attention to the road. So the nag still fully exists and is what I would say very similar from what I've seen. See, this is what I don't like. Whoa, that's actually very smart. Okay, we got in this lane to exit, which was great. And as soon as we did, we started signaling and I was confused. And it's because this car was parked and this car was like quite a ways ahead. So version 14 can see way further than version 13 ever could. Version 13 would not have reacted that same way. It would have perhaps put itself into the lane and we would have gotten way closer to that car before popping back. Do you have the tow package for this car? No, I don't. Otherwise, yeah, I would test to see how it does with the trailer. It hesitates. Huh. I've not had that issue, Joe Rawl, but if I see it, I'll let you know. I also really want McDonald's French fries right now. We're driving past it. It smells very good. When I drive down, Hastings, I get a lot of jolts since many homeless people are just on the curb. Yeah, same. I would say arguably worse because it's very sensitive to pedestrians in version 14.1. So we just drove down Hastings and there's lots of like harsh braking. But that said, like that's kind of like the final boss for FSD in some sense. Like homeless people like jumping out on the road randomly is very tough for the car to handle properly. I'm probably gonna not be able to read as much now because we're on the highway, but I'll do my best. Lifetime watt hours a mile. So this lifetime is wrong because I actually have like 60 something thousand kilometers on my car, but I'm at 120. 120 watt hours a kilometer. You're going to have to use Grok or something to translate that to, oh, here. There you go. 193 watt hours a mile is my lifetime. Getting any breaks for homeless seems improved. Blah, blah, blah. What do you think about stopping somewhere that has free Wi-Fi and connecting the car to send those reports? I'll hotspot my phone when I get to this next location and let the car upload. Yeah, this car is incredibly efficient, like insanely efficient, and I would guess that at least 90% of my lifetime miles are with FSD. Like I always use FSD, so that's a credit to the car's efficiency, and that's credit to FSD's efficiency because FSD does my driving, and this car is just incredibly efficient. So yeah, this thing is dirt cheap to run. It cost me like I think $5 to get a full charge at home, and that gets me over 450 kilometers. For anybody that's in BC that owns a Tesla and uses FSD, the HOV lane is what I wish the car would use, and it still doesn't. So it doesn't use it properly, at least. Like I want the car to put itself into the HOV lane and never leave until we need it to. So watch, like I'm signaling to put us, I put us in here, and the car will probably try to leave before these 12 kilometers are over. Yeah, HOV lane I would say is not fixed, and I have used HOV. I don't think the FSD talks to this part of the computer, but like I have used HOV lanes enabled, and it still will jump out of the HOV lane occasionally. Yeah, so there is an option, Keith, and like I just showed it, but I don't understand what that toggle was for because it doesn't feel like FSD has ever understood that toggle. I had a loaner Model 3 while my Juniper was in the shop. Actually like the ride in a Highland more. Oh, that's interesting. I'm very jealous of people that own the Juniper because I got the Highland when it first came out. The Juniper didn't exist. And I've always told myself if I went to Tesla today with no car, I would buy a Juniper. Does it respect the solid white lines? Yeah. FSD version 14 is way more respective of solid white lines. Like it will cross them, but lots of times if I told it to signal over a white line or it starts signaling and it sees a white line, it would like pull itself back. I've shown it in a couple of videos, and in my next video, you'll see it quite a bit. Like the car tries and then like jerks itself back. It's like, it seems like there's some logic being applied where it turns on the signal. It's like, okay, time to change lanes. And then it's like, oh, that's a solid white line. I shouldn't do that. Oh my God, it's you again. Hey, Racer. Just imagine the range of Tesla used modern 2170s. I'm assuming that's a new battery pack. Yeah. Are they heavier? Because sure, like we could get a better range, but like people talk about range and range anxiety. Like the car gets almost 500 kilometers, and people with the bigger battery packs get more than that. For 90% of your driving, 99% of your driving, nobody's going over 500 kilometers a day as long as you can charge at home. And then if you're going on big road trips, like by the time I've driven 500 kilometers, I want to pull over and charge and like stretch my legs or grab some food. So yeah, bigger battery packs with like 1,000 kilometers range would be nice, but I'm honestly not that bothered ever by our car's range. It is really great, the front camera as well, but there's been incidents of the front bumper cameras getting stone chips. Yeah, I saw a guy on Reddit, I think, posting about that where after like a month of having car, he had rock chips on the camera, and then went into Tesla, and they charged him whatever the full price was to return it or replace it. And then yeah, he bought like I think it was an Insta360 like lens cover, and he stuck it over top. So it's not a bad idea because it's a piece of glass that's just sitting exposed, ready to be chipped. So it almost feels like Tesla should sell those lens cap covers for people. How much degree do you trust version 14 until now? Do you need to keep monitoring the driving? Version 14 is so new that I trust it explicitly, but I don't have as much trust as I did with version 13 because this is a completely new model and I don't know it as well. I don't know the mistakes and the nuances. I don't know what it's going to do. Whereas with version 13, I knew what it was going to do. So I trust it. Like it's very good, but not as much, if that makes sense. And that's not to say better or worse. It's different. Just did a 3,000 kilometer road trip. Didn't worry about range once. Yeah. I mean, I feel like if you're road tripping, and especially with how good the route planning is and a Tesla, like it'll tell you when to stop, where to stop. And then you can search along the way to be like, oh yeah, I want to be like near a subway, near a whatever. Like road tripping in an EV is arguably better than a gas car because you can stop and charge and like run into a grocery store and grab some groceries or like do whatever. Whereas like with a gas car, you have to stop, fill up your gas tank, and then go and do your stop for food. You can kind of do it all at once. They really should have a lens protector as a default accessory. Yeah. Yeah, so this is FSD version 14 on the highway. So this shows you how standard does for behavior. We're going 13 kilometers an hour over the speed limit. I'm not mad about it. We're with the flow of traffic. I don't know what it would do if there was nobody in front of us to kind of like moderate our speed, but I feel really comfortable with this speed and I feel really comfortable with this distance. And I also hope that you guys get a chance to see like if this car in front of us like hits the brakes, we will instantly react to that. And it feels really comforting to have the car make a decision at these speeds as fast as I would, because then I'm like, okay, FSD is paying attention, which sounds stupid, but like, I just feel very confident that the car will stop if that car slows down. Version 13 would let the gap close a lot more to the point that it felt like you're tailgating. I just got the new Model Y 2 days ago, my first EV, version 13.2.9. I'm using it most of the time. Scary part for me are freeway right turns with a car approaching. Yeah, on version 13, the few like what I would call critical disengagements for me was the FSD not understanding the speed at which like cross traffic is coming. So turning in onto a road, and if the cars are moving, I'm going to say kilometers, I don't know the mile equivalent, at like 80 kilometers an hour, which is fast, and you're pulling out, I feel like FSD didn't always understand how much gap it needed. And those were definitely a few moments where I've like had to either intervene or press the pedal to speed it up. I agree, FSD tailgates 1 to 5 seconds follow distance at times. Yeah, 1 to 1.5. Yes. So even this is on the close end. 1/1000. This is just over 2 seconds, which is the bare minimum of what I want, but this is probably a very safe distance. And here we have nobody in front of us now, so we'll get to see how fast standard will go. So keep in mind the speed limit is 90. We're now going 19 kilometers an hour over the speed limit in the standard profile, which is arguable. People will have a different opinion on this. I think that this is just a little bit too fast because at 20 kilometers an hour over the speed limit, a cop will gladly pull you over. We're sort of going with the flow of traffic, but we're also like the fastest car in this bunch right now. We're passing everybody in the fast lane and we're clearly passing people in the slow lane. So I think for standard that this is just a little bit too quick, but I can't do anything about it in this speed profile because if I scroll this down, it will just change the profile. So I will change it to chill for the sake of the video for you guys to see. Is it better? Am I back? I think it's back. right? Yeah, it's back. Okay, let me like get past this truck. I'm gonna take it out of sloth mode. Okay. 1 sec. Don't do this at home. Okay, how is that for? Is that lined up nice? I can't see what the camera sees. Decent enough. I can try and fix it. Perfect. Okay, I like Jesper's answer better. I was a lot more optimistic. Okay, so sorry. What I was saying is so I'm gonna go to chill. We're still gonna hold the speed like standard. Standard is going 104. Scrolling to chill, the speed doesn't change instantly the way I would kind of expect it to. To me, makes it feel like the speed profiles don't really hold as much weight on top speed as I would expect. The only thing you can do, slightly to the right. I mean, this way. Um, if I, oh, to the right, like, are you saying this way, right? If you scroll down and hit sloth, we're going to slow right down and go exactly the speed limit, like instantly. So sloth is the only speed profile to me that feels like very dead set on locking in a speed like we'll only go the speed limit and never faster. Oh God, that was weird. But then that's funny now. So we're going 90 and the max speed is 100. So I am interested to see that it's not like picking speed up. Oh, there it goes slowly. But yes, so sloth is too slow. Like nobody drives on the highway at the speed limit, at least not in North America. Overall, I'd say the highway was really good though. Like we did stay in the HOV lane after I put it in there for quite a while, and we staged to exit really well. So that was handled, I feel like, as good as it could have been. And we're 5 minutes away from a house, and I have it set on park in the driveway. So we will see if it pulls in for us at the driveway. I've yet to park at a house with like a normal driveway to see how this handles. And then I'm gonna have to go off live for about 20 minutes while I finish something, and then I can come back on after that and do a bunch more testing. So sorry that I'll have to end the stream, but if you come back in like 20 minutes or just watch, if you subscribe, you'll see me go live. But yeah, I wonder what happens if you pick driveway for a house without one. Yeah, that's a good question because I honestly have no idea if this house actually even has a driveway. I just assume because it's like a house address that it does. I would hope that it would have a fallback of just curbside parking, like parking on the road somewhere. If you pick curb and there are cars around, will it parallel park? Yeah, it'll for sure parallel park. It'll do everything in its power to park on the curb. The only thing that's happened is the very first night testing it, I told it to do curbside parking on a road where it couldn't, and it just got stuck in a loop. Like it kept trying to come back. Like I basically told it to curbside park here, where there is nowhere legally that it can stop, and it just kept circling the block, trying to find a spot to park in the area that I told it, rather than use some different logic to be like, okay, I can't park on the street that they told me to. Let me park like over there instead. I try to stay in the right 2 lanes with chill and want to go in a second lane that has nasty potholes and fight. Yeah, I'll have to spend more time on the highway with chill. I think chill will pretty well stay in the far right lane, but I don't know. Seems like the Bones Banish motor in place. Absolutely. I posted a video on X where I like did a fake banish. I did curbside drop off at Best Buy, and the car did a perfect job. It pulled up to Best Buy, dropped me off at the curb, and then I told it to route to Best Buy, but then told it to park in the parking lot. So in that scenario, that's pretending like Banish existed, where it dropped me off at the front. I've gotten out of the car, and now the car on its own goes and finds a parking spot. And when I did that, it did a perfect job. Like, we are slamming on the brakes for no reason. I think it thinks this car wants in. It went and found a parking spot on its own. It was great. Is this Toronto? It's Vancouver. Oh, wow. So we're stopping weirdly far back, but those lights started flashing for pedestrian crossing, and well before this girl came out, only because of the lights flashing. And wow, that pedestrian's so far back too. Handling at pedestrian crosswalks is way, 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 way better. Yeah, for version 13 was not that good. Version 13 would stop if, like, I don't think it gave a damn about the flashing lights. Version 13 would stop if like a pedestrian was like actively coming out onto the road, but it would never have made that decision that version 14 just did. Yeah, that was really good handling of pedestrians. That was well done. How much is the Model Y standard in Canada when it comes out? I didn't think we were even getting the standard versions. I'm not sure. Someone that has access to the internet can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we're getting the I looked for the Model 3 standard and I didn't see it, but maybe we are getting it. I'm sorry, I don't have the answer for you, Ronnie. I don't think we are. Yeah, I don't think we are either, unless because there's such a weird like political climate. Okay, I'm only a minute away, but I don't know why we keep losing connectivity. Sorry, guys.